Then she took an up and down glance at me. Is she a new girlfriend of yours? She's not your usual type, but she's cute, isn't she? She said, finger waving at me. Waving back at her, I responded, no, I'm an assistant, not a girlfriend. I wanted to tell her Rick rolling wasn't my type, but I didn't. Okay, she nodded and introduced herself as Jamie.
What is your problem?
Rolling raised an eyebrow at me.
Most women react with a blush or something that implies they are happy, excited, or euphoric.
I'm not most women.
That explains your terrible taste in men.
He snorted. Excuse me? What do you know about my taste in men? Without answering my question, he countered.
What do you find irresistible in a man?
That's a good question. I wanted to say it was none of his business, but I refrained. I appreciate a guy who is strong but also gentle, who can be serious and funny at appropriate times. Someone who is intelligent, thoughtful, and a good listener. He must be comfortable being both the leader and the follower, secure enough to accept me just as I am and love me no matter what. In spite of sickness, human failings, and unnatural or abnormal deaths.
Ha! The man with the traits of your preference exists only in really lame romance novels. On the other hand, the most eligible bachelor in Manhattan happens to be standing in front of you.
Oh, yeah? Where is he? Is he invisible or something? I shot back. Technically he's Mr. Number 2 of the most eligible bachelors. Jamie chimed in, shushing her with a flip of his hand. Rolling shook his head.
Mandy, you must be blind. When was the last time you had your vision checked?
My vision is perfect. Thank you very much, I assured him. By the way, being elected as one of the most eligible bachelors is wonderful. Then again, bragging about it seems somewhat, pathetic.
Did you just call me pathetic?
He narrowed his eyes.
Answer carefully, Mandy. I can fire you right here, right now.
No, I didn't. I denied profusely. I was talking hypothetically. As much as I hated this job, I really didn't want to be fired. Having been expelled from medical school was bad enough, but getting fired on the first day of my new job would be downright disastrous. Jamie cleared her throat. You guys coming inside, or what?
Of course we're coming inside.
Rolling grunted. Jamie led us into the establishment. White linen tablecloths and the classic wood interior weren't what I expected in a sports bar. The place was full of patrons, and we were taken to the private room in the innermost part. As soon as we were seated, Rolling said,
As usual, I'll have a ribeye steak with a side of fries.
Okay, what about you? Well, let me see. I studied the menu with perhaps more intensity and diligence than I usually displayed during exams. Did I mention I enjoy food? I was torn between crab cakes, shrimp scampi, and shrimp cocktail. Then I noticed they had Kobe beef sliders.
Mandy, are you going to spend the entire lunchtime moaning?
Rolling inquired.
Order whatever you want. I'll pay the bill.
Really, thanks. Okay, I'll have Kobe beef sliders and a shrimp cocktail. Rolling rolled his eyes. Alrighty, Jamie said in a sing-song voice. When she left, Rolling started reading an ebook on a tablet device. After a while of intense reading, he said,
Okay, I've got everything covered.
Did you find any incidents about human eating painting materials? I asked.
Yes.
He nodded. Seriously? Assuming such cases exist, the news and the internet should be all over human eating paints.
Except the TV and internet didn't exist back in the 16th century. Want to take a look?
He offered me the tablet. I looked at the title page. Is it in Spanish?
Yes. The title in English would be something like Ye Old Tales of India and Witchcraft.
Okay, so the setting of this book is in India. I had no idea why he was using a book about old tales as a reference. But I decided to play along and enjoy my lunch.
Not the India in the Asian continent. The book refers to the North and South American continents that Columbus mistook as India. What do you know about Spanish history in the 16th century?
16th century? Isn't that when Pirates of the Caribbean was set?
No, the movie series is set in the 18th century. Anything else you know about the historical events in the 16th century?
I don't know. They were cruising in big vessels. I think big vessels like the ones departing from the port of Miami nowadays. Royal Caribbean, Princess, Disney, you name it.
Is that a joke?
Rowling furrowed his eyebrows. You know what? I'm not much into history. In my opinion, history is a novel with no taste, written by the people who claimed victory over those who had lesser say.
I understand you suck at history. I understand you suck at history.
I was good at art history. Looking at all the lovely pottery, paintings, and sculptures was absolutely fascinating. On the other hand, I had no interest in general history. All the battles, wars, treaties, and politics were boring. They were just old events with similar, boring names. Perhaps if history textbooks were written in the same style and voice as the New York Post, they would be more readable.
Okay, cut it out. I should have skipped the backstory.
Rowling rubbed his temples. Gosh, my boss is so rude. How dare he disparage my taste in men? Things are certainly getting more interesting. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for watching. See you later. These shrimp are so delicious. They'll make your taste buds do a happy dance. Yum, yum, yummy.